welcome to another MUMDAYS video. It is Monday, it is the start of another week. How is this happening? Life is just flying by. I get a lot of questions sent in about nighttime routines, like how we do it, how we juggle it, what we do. And the main part for me of a nighttime routine is the bedtime story. So today I have picked my current top 10 books for bedtime. This changes a lot. Sometimes Buzz just doesn't pick a book up for a little while and I'm kind of like, I want to read that one, and he's like, no, mummy. Yeah, so it's kind of a collection of art. It's both of our lists at the moment, but they do change. Book number 1, Oddbods. I shall put a link of who the author is and stuff down below so you can find them if you want to. But I love Oddbods. It's very simple. It's kind of a book. It kind of goes through the alphabet of different children's names and kind of says how odd everyone is. And sometimes, basically, I guess the premise of the book is that sometimes the people that you think are the sanest are the oddest of the lot. And it's really cute, and Buzz knows loads of it. He can kind of say it out loud and stuff, and it's really sweet. Great illustrations, and it's just really imaginative and playful. The Wonky Donkey! Tom's mum and dad bought us this book when I think he was only a few months old, and it comes with a CD, and I've never listened to the CD before. I've got no idea what's on the CD. I'm guessing you might be able to sing it or something. I'm making that up. Maybe it's just a voiceover version of it. That's probably more likely. But the Wonky Donkey is really funny. So literally, I'll read the opening of this one. Okay. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey, and he only had 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a winky wonky donkey. And so on and so forth. So something else you notice each time, and the bit after it. And so by the end, you're literally going, I was walking on the road and I saw a donkey. He only had 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelt really bad. That morning he'd got up early and he hadn't had any coffee. He was always getting up to mischief, but he was really quite good looking. He was a spunky, hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky, donkey. I like to think of myself as like you know, the horse race narrator kind of people, whatever they're called, the commentators. I like to think of myself as one of those when I read this book. It's really fun, and yeah, it's just funny. I love it. I love it. And basically, for this book, Buzz does all the hee-haws or the smell really bad. Next up, Goodnight, Spaceman. This was sent to us by Penguin. It is a puffin book. And it's just gorgeous. It's just really lovely. These 2 little boys are going to bed, and they're saying goodnight to, you know, goodnight space shuttle, goodnight base, goodnight deepest darkest space. And then at the end you realise that their daddy is the astronaut, and so they're saying goodnight to him. And it's just really cute. I mean, I realised that at the end, but then going back over it, you see that there's a picture of their dad quite near the front, and he's clearly an astronaut. I completely missed that. So it's very cute. I love that. I think also being a mum of 2 boys, it makes you go, The Crocodile Who Didn't Like Water. I absolutely love this book. I saw it in a bookshop and I just had to get it. I absolutely love it. I think it's really funny. Basically, there's a crocodile. His brothers and sisters, they all love water. They all love swimming. They all love splashing around and having a good old time down the swimming pool. And he hates it. He's petrified of it. He can't swim. He is just rubbish at it. And then one day, he realises that basically he's not a crocodile. No. He's a dragon. He's a dragon, people. And the way that all happens is really cute and really lovely. And again, it's one of those ones where, you know, you can make a big fuss of the actions and stuff. And Buzz loves that. I think most of my favourite ones are the ones where you can really get involved and let the imagination run wild. I think that's what reading and storytelling is all about. So that's a great one. It really makes me chuckle. Noddy Ned! Again, another book from Tom's mum and dad. And the illustrations are by Gary Parsons, who also does Tom and Dougie's Dinosaur That Poop books. So he works on them with them. And And I just love this. Nutty Ned. So, and because of this book, actually, whenever Buzz is naked, we're like, oh, you're Nutty Ned, and he loves it. But essentially, Nutty Ned is a little boy who, after bath time, decides not to put his clothes back on. And he runs around in his nuttiness. And there's a little bit of fold and flap things. I can't remember what they're called. Fold and flaps? I mean, is it going to say lift the flap? There we go. There are a few lift the flap bits. Like this one, you think, oh, it's like Calendar Girls. But no, there's a little bumblebee covering up his Willy Winkle, and it's really sweet. So Nutty Ned's just running around, and people are having to like avert their eyes because you know, he's nutty and isn't that inappropriate, and it's really, really funny. And at the end, his mum and dad are just absolutely knackered from having running around the town, following him around, and they're like, you know what, maybe he's right. And they all get naked. Buzz loves it now. I imagine in 10 years time the thought will be horrifying for him. The Gruffalos Child. We were on the Gruffalo for a long time, so I was quite thankful when Buzz started reading Gruffalos Child. Actually, I think we watched the BBC adaptation of it first, and then he fell in love with it. So yeah, really sweet. But because we watched the BBC adaptation of it, I can't help but read it in a Scottish accent. A really bad one. Really bad one. Let me see. So the Gruffalos Child sounds like, why not? Why not? I don't even think that's Scottish. Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once. I've got a Scottish friend, and so when he says stuff like I can't quite remember, I'm like, I can't quite remember, because I know that that's what he would say. Anyway, Oliver and Patch. Tom read this on CBeebies, on Bedtime Stories, and we absolutely love it. It's a really cute book. A boy who has just moved to the city is really lonely, and he finds a stray dog. They become friends, and then he realizes that the dog has an owner, and it's all a little bit sad, and then it all becomes very happy again. Buzz loves that one. We love reading that one. It's really lovely. Bumble Bear. I love this book. It's so cute. Basically, Norman is a bear. The Bumble Bears don't exist, in case you didn't know. Norman is a bear, and he loves honey, and he realizes that getting honey is quite tricky. So he goes to bee school. He enrolls in bee school. He dresses up as a bee, goes to bee school. They don't quite understand at first. They don't get it. They don't see through his disguise, and they allow him in until one little clever bee, she gets suspicious, and she dobs him in. She unfoils his plan, and then he is kicked out of bee school, and it's all really sad, and he's crying and everything. And then they get attacked. The bee school gets attacked by a horrible bear, and the Bumble Bear, Norman the Bumble Bear, comes to save them, and it's all very lovely at the end. It's just really cute. And I can't help but when it's called Norman, so I'm like, oh, hello. I don't know why Norman talks like that, but he does. Hello. I do think that sometimes Bedtime Story is more entertaining for me than it is for Buzz. Please, Mr. Panda. I love this book. Steve Anthony, he does Please, Mr. Panda. He also does The Queen's Hat, which is also really good, and also probably would feature on this list at another point, but I thought one book was enough. So the idea is that the panda's got loads and loads of donuts. He's got a whole tray of donuts, and he's offering them out. Would you like a donut? And the little penguin goes, give me the pink one. And he's like, no, you cannot have a donut. I have changed my mind. And all the way through, I'm like, I don't understand. And then this other little thing comes along, and he's like, oh, hello, can I have a donut, please, Mr. Panda? And he gives them all of them, and he's like, well, I don't like donuts, so of course you can have them all. And the first time I read it, I was like, Mr. Panda is a little bit mean. I mean, he could have given it to the penguin or anyone else that wanted it, but he didn't. And and then I think it was only on the second time reading it, I was like, oh, it's because they use the word please. So, I mean, Buzz is quite good at saying please anyway, but anytime he kind of slips up and doesn't say it, I'm like, what would Mr. Panda say? He's like, please, Mr. Panda. Every now and then he does say the whole lot, so I guess he does call me Mr. Panda, but anyway, this is really lovely. Simple illustrations, gorgeous, just lovely. And Buzz can actually say the whole thing now. I mean, there's not that many words, to be fair, but it's really sweet saying, hearing him say, no, you cannot have a donut. I have changed my mind. It's really cute. And this is by no means a plug, but it is a brilliant book. The Dinosaur That Pooped a Planet. You can see by how wrecked this book is that it's been read a lot. We used to read this to Buzz when he was probably less than one. We used to read it to him all the time, and then suddenly he started doing the big poo part of it. Just whenever we turned that page, go poo, so he knew what it was. And then we didn't read it for a few months, and for the last couple of months, this has been back, reading it almost every night. He just absolutely loves it. Tom and Dougie have done an amazing job with this, and actually for me, this is my favourite of the Dinosaur That Poop series. Well done, boys. I love it. And there we go. They are my top 10, my current top 10 bedtime stories. They change all the time, and I think that's good. I think that's good with storytelling, to keep it fresh, keep the imagination flowing. I love story time. I love, 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 love story time. It's just a really nice way of winding down the day and just spending some like fun time together that's literally focused on books. I do think that trying to read during the day, sometimes it's great and it all works out brilliantly and you can be sat there really focused on your books and having a laugh. Other times there's just so much going on in life. I always find restaurants are actually really good, a good place to have a book, because they can kind of hone in on that and concentrate and not be all crazy, but that doesn't always work. Trust me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. And don't forget, so I upload a MUMDAYS video at 9 o'clock on a Monday, and then a Dear Carrie at 9 o'clock on a Friday. There we go. Right, I'm off. Speak to you later. Bye.